Hello, this is Dustin with Home Mender, and today we're going to be doing this rotten corner. It's a little scary. This is something that would turn away a lot of people, but as I've been telling you guys from the beginning, confidence is everything. I'm going to show you how. Let's get to it. So we've got this 1x6 column here that's rotted. We've got that side fascia board, and it's actually a corner, so we're gonna have to do the front too. And that front piece is a 16-foot board. Very pricey to do, and it's hard to find a 16-foot 1x12. We also have a little bit of rot on the column, which we are going to fill to create that corner, and a little more rot right there on the corner. Now, every great repair starts with a plan. I'm gonna go ahead and try to splice in those front boards because they're so long, and we're gonna put the seam, drop it right behind the downspout so it kind of blends a little better and it's less noticeable. And we'll go ahead and pull those sides off, and we're just gonna do it one at a time. I'm only gonna be using hammer and pry bar, and then we're gonna make sure we cut the caulk lines. When we take a board off, we're gonna make sure we cut the caulk line so to keep it as clean as possible. Throw that in my save pile. Save. Now I don't want those two seams to be lined up perfectly, so I'm just going to stagger them a bit. That way we still drop it behind the gutter and the dental block. You can measure how wide your trim boards are. I'm using a 1x8. It's actually 7 1/4. I got my 8 1/8 long board for the side there marked out, and I'm going to use the square to strike a line. Now, if you have a shaky hand, you can even use your square to get a straight cut. Move your square into place. Put your blade right at the mark. Straight cut every time. I'm going to go ahead and put my side on first, and I'm going to line it up where my old paint line is. Now I'm going to cut this sideboard 65 1/2. Brings me to the outer edge because this face is going to cap that sideboard. I got my 1x12 for my arched sideboard piece, and because this corner is all rotted, obviously I can't duplicate that. So full measurement is at 65 1/2, so I'm going to make a mark there. Now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to set it up on the board so I can trace it and duplicate the arch. Cut with the jigsaw. Now it's going to fit in there perfectly, but it's not on the same plane here. Because I have this huge board and this itty bitty piece, I want to make sure these are on the same plane because that's going to give it the least noticeable seam. So if we do like a stir stick behind it, then that's going to be completely flush right there. That's what I'm going to want to go with. And I also want to caulk the seam before I put it in there. That's going to give it the tightest seal and make it the least noticeable. That way when you push them together, it'll mush all the caulk out, wipe it off with a sponge, and you're good to go. Dental block goes back up. All right, so I got my return traced and shot on there. It's looking pretty good. I went ahead and used some rock hard wood filler, mix it up with some water and covered the seam. That way it's going to be less noticeable. I also have a paint sample of my exterior semi-gloss, whatever color this is, beige. Don't try to guess. Take this down to the depot and have them shoot it with their little laser. They can give you a pretty close color match and you're not going to need to paint the whole thing. So that's it. We just rocked that complete corner replacement on the side of the post. We pulled the return, pulled the little arch board, the bands around it, spliced it in, did some work on the columns with the rock hard, and that'll definitely get the housing association off your back. So for the Home Mender, I'm Dustin. I hope you learned something today, and if you did, don't forget to click subscribe. Thanks for watching.